Hey guys, Gabe here. It's been a little bit since I made a video. Well, it hasn't actually been a little bit. I made a bunch of videos and then they got deleted, as you saw on an earlier video on this channel. I uploaded a video talking a little bit about my dark night of the soul stuff that's been going on. But what I wanted to also update you guys on is I am 3 months on T. And I wanted to just let you guys know what's been going on, especially since my earlier videos have been deleted. I want to give you the whole picture of the story. So for me, I decided to do T back in November of 2020. And, I had a lot of reservations about it beforehand because I was like, well, I don't want to start something that I can't finish, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm not comfortable doing something or I have to stop because I won't be supported in it. And, I worked through those blocks and I had my appointment with Planned Parenthood. And they, made it very easy, very cheap, very affordable for me to be able to, be on testosterone and have it be pretty sustainable for me. Something that, immediately came up was that, I had to claim it because, as soon as I claimed the testosterone and got in the car to go get it, our car stopped working. The battery died, and it was like, oh, so what do I do now? And, I had to, reaffirm in my heart that this was what I actually wanted to do. And I did. And I got the medicine. It was great. And for the first couple weeks, I had to kind of prep myself a little bit to give myself the shot. And, after that, everything was fine. I wasn't noticing too many changes up until the last month or so. Obviously my voice, those of you who didn't know me before, you wouldn't know a difference, but my voice has dropped quite a bit. And, I've started growing this little hint of a mustache down here. And, it's been a journey of self-discovery because I had a lot of thoughts about who I was and what I am and all this stuff beforehand. And especially in these last couple weeks, God has really been calling my attention to, I'm not who I thought I was. And in a lot of ways, I didn't think I was a man for the longest time. And God was showing me how much in denial I had been for most of my life. I had, had these glimpses of being more masculine than most of my friends back in school. Most of my closer friends were boys. And when I had friends that were girls, we just didn't quite connect on a level that other girls did. I went to slumber parties and stuff like that. And there was just always just something off that I didn't really like spending time with them. And I felt like I had to because I was a girl and that's what you did. God has shown me through this process that there were a lot of times where I was invited to claim, at the very least, claim my questioning of my sexuality. And I never got to the point of questioning being a man. I just went to that I'm a tomboy and stopped there. And I went as far as thinking that I was lesbian back in college. But then I was like, oh, well, my parents don't approve, and it's just easier if I just conform. And it never really made me happy. And every time I went after guys, and I was always the one that was pursuing, imagine that. Every time I went after guys, it never really worked out for me. And even when I went after girls who weren't really into me, they were with me maybe for a little bit. My first girlfriend was with me for a while, but ultimately she just didn't, I wasn't supported in that relationship and loving her in that way. And, you know, I've just seen so many, like, God has been showing me so many, like, ways I have always been, like, who I am. And I think part of it was hidden because of how, like, soft I am as a man, at least, like, in partiality. I'm a very, like, gentle soul, but I do have, like, you know, I've had a lot of, like, anger that I've, like, built up over the years that I'm still, like, releasing to, like, really see, like, the level of, like, who I am. There's a lot of things that I'm still, like, learning about myself at this rate. I feel like very much like a teenage boy, and I'm revisiting, like, the old music that I used to listen to when I was, you know, a teenager. And I'm finally finding, like, okay, I still relate to this. Like, I still like rock. All right, cool. I'm still going through my, like, angry, like, teenage boy phase. But, you know, now I have, like, the tools, using the mirror exercise and, everything, like, and, like, actually feeling my feelings to process what I'm going through. But on a deeper level, I feel like, I'm getting to know what it means to, like, actually be a man. I think, what I'm feeling is that I've always been kind of a theater, like, musical performance type person. And I just get this overall sense that, like, I was probably beaten up in a past life, or, like, wasn't seen as a man, or wasn't loved because of my pursuits in that direction. I don't know if that's true. But it just, like, feels like there was, like, something there to the point that I wanted to hide being a man. And I know that, like, my guru, like, told me that, I had a series of, like, shitty dads, growing up or like over my past lives. And I thought that being a woman would help me get love from my father. Lo and behold, I have a terrible relationship with my father in this lifetime. So it's still, like, that whole thing. And, you know, I just have to, like, heal in that space of, you know, like, God being my father, loving myself. And, you know, and learning, like, that being a man doesn't mean you go off to war and die, or you, work until you die. Like, being a man is giving, and you receive by giving, but it doesn't mean that you give so much that you die, or you give so much, you over give and, like, leak all your energy. And that's a balance that I'm learning to, like, find, with this new, like, transition. But I'm feeling ultimately, like, more confident in myself as I'm claiming my masculinity. And even though, like, I still have a lot of, like, feminine features, and I don't, like, don't have, like, the medical, like, basis, or the, I don't have the medical foundation yet. I think you have to be, like, 6 months at least on T to do surgeries and stuff like that. You know, this is really just calling me deeper into accepting my body where it is. And I have gone deeper into that, especially this past week, of just, like, really appreciating myself and appreciating my body for, you know, what it is. Like, I was a pretty girl, and I know that I'm a pretty cool dude, you know. I mean, I've always been a dude, but I think there was a lot of fear I've had about being ugly as a man, and I'm choosing to let that go, because ultimately I know that God created me to be a beautiful soul and a beautiful person. And whether or not, like, my face is, like, gorgeous or beautiful or whatever, I can still feel beautiful within, and I can still, like, embrace that even as a masculine, like, energy. It doesn't mean anything to be, like, it doesn't mean you're one way or the other if you're beautiful or if you're handsome or whatever. You know, you're a man because God created you as a man. Yeah, I don't know. This is, like, the most confident I've been. And, just another thing is, like, I noticed that for a while there, I was like having trouble claiming my masculinity, and I couldn't like give myself the shot. And I had to have my twin flame help me, and like, you know, it was fine for a little bit. And then, you know, of course, now with this like dark night of the soul and all this stuff that we're going through with upheaval, you know, it's left me like here contemplating, you know, like I have to like be the one to, you know, push the plunger. I have to be the one to like put it in and like really claim it. And I did that this past week, and it felt really good. It was like I could finally like work through my upset with it. And I'm sure there's still like layers with it, but I was finally able to like to give myself the shot in a compassionate, loving way that I felt like very, I felt like I was supporting myself and claiming myself instead of being like, oh, I can't quite claim myself. Can somebody help me claim myself? Which isn't the way to go about things. Like, you don't get the body that you want. You don't get the results you want by going outside of you. You do it by feeling your feelings, like finding out who you are within, and like acting from that space of peace that you've determined that like, this is what I want to do. And I think there was a piece within me that I wasn't addressing with that, is like, you know, really like stepping it up. Because I was like, oh, if I'm a man, then that means I'll leak all my energy and die. And that's not what that means. It doesn't mean that you don't rest as a man. It doesn't mean that you don't enjoy your life. It means that you find the balance of, you know, giving as a man and find that drive, like for like to go after what you want. And yeah, that's something I'm growing into, because I'm very much a boy in a lot of ways, as you can tell by my t-shirt. I'm you know, I'm a little boy in a lot of ways, and you know, I'm not quite a man in others, and you know, I'm still figuring myself out. But you know, it's an eternal dance with God, and it's an eternal dance to find out all of the aspects of myself that, you know, maybe I didn't see before. But yeah, like I just wanted to share with you guys, because that's where I'm at with it. I feel like a brand new man, a brand new person. And, you know, I'm actually able to like support myself on an emotional and spiritual level that I didn't have before. When I was exploring this as like, even like possibly being a lesbian, I didn't have that emotional support to even give myself. And now I do. And so, yeah, like if you guys are going through this, you know, if you're discovering yourself, your sexuality, your gender identity, and, you know, you're feeling like you have to go outside of yourself to really, you know, find yourself, I encourage you to, you know, implement the teachings that I have, the mirror exercise, and, you know, really go within and love yourself. Because the mirror exercise doesn't just work for twin flames. It works for every aspect of your life. It works for, you know, when you're claiming your true divine self. And actually there's no better tool for that, because anything that upsets you in your reality, anything that, you know, you find like is out of alignment with like something that you truly desire, or, you know, like if you're having this experience that you just don't like and you can't get to the core of it, you know, the mirror exercise helps you feel your feelings and love yourself and come to a place of clarity within, so that you can, you know, claim your masculinity or your femininity, or whatever it is you want to claim about yourself, whatever it is you want to, whatever truth it is that you're looking for yourself. You go within first. You find it within. You don't get it from without. And then once you find that within, like your whole outer world will change to match that like inner reality that you've cultivated. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, talking about my masculinity and talking about LGBTQ, like twin flames, and also just twin flames in general. If you'd like to work with me as an ascension coach, you can find my services at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.